I strongly believe that I create stories which are really, on the one hand, concrete, on the other hand, really universal. I think a lot of stories now, it's influenced about our own traumas, generation traumas, which are here, which are in the history of Lithuania, which are in the history of Poland. And I think this is mostly what the Lithuanian forefathers, or dziady, or Vėlinės will be about. It's about how our really brutal and violent past influenced our present time.
The whole performance is happening in a sort of mausoleum, which is, it's not really a chapel like it is in the Mickevičių play, but it's still a sacrificed space when we can honor the dead. So we're starting with this very ceremonial way of honoring the dead soldier heroes of our nations, and then we are sort of showing a different kinds of honoring the dead. Like in Mickevičius, we have more folk tradition of calling the ghosts. And we are also like try to build this tension between this official, not official folklore beliefs, how we treat and think about our ghosts, about our ancestors.
Every time before the rehearsals, we are talking what kind of physicality and physical quality this performance will have. At the beginning was like that I have in my mind this quality and the pictures, what I want to see on the stage, how I want to frame it on the stage, where I want to put the actors in a space, how they can choreograph the space by their movement, and what is the most important, what kind of quality and what kind of moves they have to create the scene. So at the beginning I was working with the actors on this part and on this specific parts with some warm-ups, and then we were digging in this quality, and then I was framing their individual score of movement. And then the composer came and he saw what we are doing. We are talking together what kind of music should be there, of course with director, and what kind of atmosphere this scene should have. And he started to add it, the music layer.
So I decided to record percussive tones, like, you know, hitting the body and or organic sounds of body of actors. And then I was recording it in studio. And my method is that I'm cutting then this recording to small samples, and I'm making my own sampler. Like I'm playing with the sounds and voices of actors in the rehearsal room. And then the music starts to come out of it. And what is interesting, I think, that I'm almost on every rehearsal, so I'm improvising with these voices of actors, recorded voices of actors. And the final effect is that the sounds that are coming to the audience are strictly combined with sounds of live voices of actors.
I think both water and fire, they are the real elements, and whenever we can use them on a stage, it gives a beautiful effect and a very deep meaning, because they're very symbolical. So both water and the fire are a purification, and I think they will be using exactly in this symbolical way that can purify, can be a part of the ceremony, of the ritual also. Both the water and the fire, they were always used in this context, and this is how we want to use it here also.
It's three main topics or the inspiration which I get from the Mickevičių. First is this idea of the ritual, which interests Mickevičius a lot, and for me also is really interesting. Like this using performance as a ritual to connect us and those gods, those pasts. So this is the first, to use the theater as a kind of the gate, where we could have the access to something which is untouchable. Of course, important also for me, it's the idea of romantic figure, which was really important in Mickevičiu literature. And of course, it's really important now, not only in Poland, in Lithuania, I think globally, a strong romantic figure is really now present.
As a part of the ceremonial of bringing the memory of the dead, we'll also have some more modern elements. We'll have more realistic nowadays. So basically, I think we also are telling the story a little bit from our ancestors. So we are starting, I guess, in 19th century. And then we have a Soviet time, we have a Nazi time, we have also modern time. So we are like also trying to see how this attempts to honor our ancestor is going through the generations. So yes, we have also the modern situation of girl, which is a shepherdess in Mickevičiu, Zosia, and we are building her a very modern concept of her life and of her story.
And this came to me with this question, like why in the Dziady, between the parts, Mickevičiu, it's so different. On the one hand, on the first part, he really called from the freedom for the nation, independency for Poland. On the other hand, in the second or fourth part, he take the rights from the women who don't want to be in this form that she have to answer for the interests from the men in the village. This for me, it's tricky, like how easily we gave the rights for the common goods, like the country, like the fatherland, and how easily we will refuse it from women, from minorities. So this is something for me extremely interesting, and about this tension I want to speak about.